will not let them win. I won't stop till the end, no.
Inasmuch as Buggy, since his introduction at Orangetown, has always been a comical character, it's safe to assume that just like most characters, he got stronger after the time skip. His Buggy balls have always had great explosive powers, and after 2 years, they are even better. This early Luffy would definitely lose to post-time skip Buggy because at that time, he had only faced small foes like Alvida and Axe Hand Morgan. Even as he progresses and gets significantly stronger during the rest of the early East Blue saga, he still struggles to face very easy opponents like the Black Cat Pirates and Don Krieg that are clearly weaker than post-time skip Buggy. It is only at Arlong Park that Luffy finally overcomes a real threat, and I feel it's from that point on that we can say pre-time skip Luffy is strong enough to beat Warlord Buggy, who hints at having an ace up his sleeve when we see him for the first time in the time skip. In summary, Luffy pre-Arlong Park is simply not durable enough to handle all the blast attacks post-time skip Buggy would throw at him, because even though Buggy is a comical character, he is still a pirate who isn't above killing anybody.
探したぜ麦わらやっぱり来たかアラバスタへ
Luffy faced off against Baroque Works leader Crocodile, aka Mr. Zero, at Alabasta. Crocodile's devil fruit, the Suno Suno no Mi, is a Logia fruit that allows the user to transform his body composition into sand, making him intangible. And this was a very big deal before the proper introduction of Haki, which Luffy from Alabasta didn't have. While Crocodile first seemed unstoppable, easily beating Luffy in their first match, we would later discover that Crocodile was weak to liquids, which Luffy came prepared with in round 2, and still Crocodile came up on top by drying Luffy's water out. This showed how even his liquid-based weakness did not make him a pushover. On their final outing, Luffy realized that if he infused his attacks with blood, it would weaken Crocodile since it was also liquid-based, and with this, he defeated Mr. Zero and helped return Alabasta to normalcy. And I want to bring up the fact that Crocodile would have won this fight if it wasn't for Nico Robin giving him an antidote to heal from his poison. So Luffy wins, but with extremely hard difficulty. In Eni's lobby, we see a much stronger Luffy showcasing Gear Second, a technique that speeds up Luffy's blood flow, making him faster and more powerful. This power-up comes with some drawbacks, since the increase in his metabolism makes him hungrier than usual or even have paralysis after prolonged use. Gecko Moria, on the other hand, simply got lazy due to losing everything to Kaido. His powers, on the other hand, are very impressive, and he was shown to have quite the mastery of it. With that being said, I think if Luffy faced him, he would most probably lose, especially if Gecko stole his shadow during the day, because he would literally be erased on the spot. In Thriller Bark, Luffy grows stronger as he's now able to combine both gears. In his first fight against Moria, he fought without using any gear, and I have to say that Moria wasn't even taking this fight seriously. He was just chilling, and his shadow was doing most of the fighting. Thanks to the fruit Shadow, Moria is also able to trade places with his shadow whenever he's about to take damage. The Warlord is also shown having great durability, being capable of withstanding a punch to the face from Nightmare Luffy and getting up right after. In a fair 1v1, Luffy loses to Moria, mainly due to the drawbacks of his gears. At the climax of Thriller Bark, we are introduced to the monster that is Oars. Moria brings him back to life using Luffy's shadow, which indirectly comes with Luffy's personality and lack of intelligence. To match Oars' insane strength, Luffy absorbs 100 shadows. This is hands down the strongest form of pre-time skip Luffy, far stronger than Oars, as he's shown easily blocking his Gomu Gomu no rifle, throwing him by his hair and slamming him around without too much effort. The fight ends with Luffy's Gomu Gomu no storm, crashing both Moria and Oars, so this scaling was quite easy to make. After absorbing 1,000 shadows, Moria becomes incredibly strong. In this form called Shadow Asgard, Moria is strong enough to split Thriller Bark with a single punch, but he also becomes a lot slower, becoming open to several attacks. In fact, Moria couldn't react to Gear 2nd Luffy's attacks, who was making him spit dozens of shadows with his punches. In summary, while Shadow Asgard Moria has deadlier attacks with him easily crushing buildings on Thriller Bark, his slow speed and reduced intelligence make it easier for Luffy to defeat him. During the arcs after Thriller Bark, we see Luffy growing even stronger. At Sabaody, he met characters that were much stronger than him, like Sentomaru and Kizaru, realizing that he was far from ready for the new world. After facing and surviving his fight against Magellan, which I have to say wasn't even a fight, he has also become immune to most poisons. In the Battle of Marineford, also boosted by Ivankov's hormones, Luffy did the impossible to save his brother, unconsciously using Conqueror's Haki on a large scale for the first time. We are comparing this Luffy to Law that after the time skip, he has good control over observation and armament Haki, not to mention his broken devil fruits that allowed him to take down Virgo and Smoker, who actually overwhelmed Luffy in Marineford. I see no way for pre-time skip Luffy to defeat Law from his first appearance in Punk Hazard. This is a no-brainer in my opinion. Luffy wins this. After the time skip, everybody got stronger, especially Law, due to his rise in prominence, but I just don't think he would be able to defeat Luffy. Law would definitely be able to hold his own due to his intelligence and ability to strategize, but at the end of the day, Luffy wins. After training for 2 intense years with one of the strongest pirates who ever existed, Luffy became a powerhouse. At his reappearance at Sabaody, he casually dodges every attack thrown at him by a pacifista, easily destroying it with a punch. He also has all 3 kinds of Haki, which from all we know thus far, Law doesn't. On Fisherman Islands, he was able to casually knock down 50,000 fishermen, a feat which I wholeheartedly doubt Law is capable of. In summary, even with his technical prowess, Haki and awesome devil fruit, the chances of Law coming out on top are very low in this battle. Kuma is a very powerful individual, as we were first shown at Thriller Bark. His Paramecia-type devil fruit, the Niku Niku Nomi, gives Kuma paw pads that are able to push or deflect anything. Kuma can push air in a forceful enough way as to launch projectile attacks, as well as using pressure to create massive shockwaves. His signature move, Ursa's Shock, defeated the entirety of the Straw Hat Pirates, excluding Zoro and Sanji. We don't really know how really strong Kuma was before turning into a cyborg, but in Sabaody he managed to get in between Rayleigh and Kizaru while they were fighting, showing impressive speed and reflexes. Now, before the time skip, Haki was only hinted here and there, so we don't know whether or not Kuma had it, but to me, he certainly had observation Haki and never bothered using armament Haki, considering his paw pads were already strong enough to deal with most opponents. Regardless of Kuma never really being shown losing to anyone, I think that Luffy might take him down if he infused the Gear's 2nd and 3rd attacks with armament Haki. But still, Kuma is quite smart and he might find a way to come out on top. Let me know your take on this in the comments section below. We meet Jinbe in Impel Down when he obviously was not a warlord anymore, so he might have been slightly weaker than he was shown in Impel Down and Marineford. Jinbe mostly relies on Fishman Karate, but he's also shown having a strong armament Haki. He also has crazy durability, as he was able to reduce the effect of Akaino's blast on Luffy by taking damage to his own body and remaining conscious. Luffy and Dressrosa did not become significantly stronger than he was in the previous arc, since Odie Jones and Caesar were not powerful enough to make him become stronger. On the journey to recover Ace's devil fruit, Mera Mera Nomi, he faced many contestants where he showed immense strength and even defeated Don Chinjao, who Monkey D. Garp retired when he nullified his pointy armament Haki head. Luffy would probably struggle against Jinbe with Gear 2nd and 3rd alone, but with the introduction of Gear 4th, he would definitely win, even though Jinbe is pretty good at armament Haki. Inasmuch as Boa is a strong warlord with Conqueror's Haki and the power of the Mero Mero Nomi, Luffy would beat her for 2 reasons. 1, he has no interest in her sexually or romantically, so her devil fruit wouldn't work, and 2, Boa wouldn't want to hurt him due to her undying love and admiration for him. 1 King Kong gun with any of the Gear 4 variants, and I think she's done.
はい。ハンコック。はい。ハンコック。はい。
ハンコック。
Doflamingo is one of the most powerful and ruthless characters in One Piece. He has a mastery of his devil fruit, Ito Ito no Mi, and even awakened it. He's fast, smart, and very durable, taking many attacks from Law and Luffy. Even though Luffy's Gear 4th form is significantly stronger than him, it comes with time limitation, which an awakened Doffy would use to his advantage to take down Luffy. Remember that Luffy was helped to escape from Doffy by the citizens while he was regaining his Haki. So while Luffy is stronger while in Gear 4th, if he had not faced Doffy without Law's and the citizens' help, he would have probably lost.
味方の海軍に囲まれたぞ。どうしようか、ターン。
Weevil is a very interesting character. I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I'm definitely interested in knowing more and feel he will be important sooner than later. He has defeated several pirate ships affiliated with his alleged father Whitebeard. That is interesting and hints at his power because his strength is praised even by Admiral Kizaru. Still, none of these feats can't be done by Luffy during the beginning and end of the whole Cake Island. By the end of this arc, Luffy learns advanced observation Haki, and with his Heart 4th Snake Man, defeating Weevil becomes easier. So, in my opinion, Luffy wins this battle. Luffy wins this in my book. I know Blackbeard's fruit has the power to conjure up the darkness and also nullify devil fruits, but Luffy can avoid getting touched by the darkness with future sight, and at this point is more than strong enough to beat Teach till his resilient body gives up. I actually think it would be tough, seeing as Blackbeard's body is pretty strong and all, but I still think Luffy, who was able to do this thing to Kaido, would win, even without resorting to Gear 4th. This is Luffy after learning Ryo Haki in Udon, and he would make light work of early Blackbeard. By the end of his second fight against Kaido, Luffy not only has advanced observation and armament Haki with Ryo Haki, but it also has a basic understanding of advanced conquerors. He would not need to touch Blackbeard before giving him great damage. This Luffy would beat Blackbeard mid-difficulty. After Chapter 1026, lots of people claim that Luffy is Yonko level because he has split the heavens with Kaido. I know we've only seen Yonkos doing this thing, like Shanks and Whitebeard, but that doesn't mean Luffy is outright as strong as a Yonko. Now, here's my take on this. Luffy, after learning Ryo and Advanced Conqueror's Haki, can fight and wound a Yonko, but he doesn't have enough stamina to take down a Yonko on his own. And when I say on his own, I mean from start to finish, because as you all manga readers know, this last fight is a team fight rather than a fair 1v1 between Luffy and Kaido. Kaido fought the 9 Red Scabbards, Kid, Killer, Law, Zoro, and Luffy to then fight against Yamato, and now go up against a fully recovered Luffy. And even now that they have split the sky, Luffy and Kaido are still fighting, and we don't know if Luffy will be strong enough to defeat him. So guys, for now, I'll keep Luffy at the Admiral level, and maybe after Wano we can talk about Luffy entering the Emperor level. But how does he fare up against Mihawk? We've never seen Mihawk going all out. We know he used to spar against Shanks, but we don't know if that Shanks was already as strong as he is now that he's a Yonko. So there is this. Also, Mihawk made his sword Yoro as Supreme Grade Maeto by himself, and he will most definitely be Zoro's final obstacle to being considered the world's strongest swordsman. Zoro is now starting to use Conqueror's Haki, and he's going to be a lot stronger by the end of the series. So Mihawk is hypothetically Yonko level, and Luffy is on his way to becoming strong enough to defeat Hawkeye on his own. So, big one today, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, as always, down below, and feel free to suggest any One Piece video you want me to make in the future. This is AnimeScale out. Bye!